Well, first of all, let me just say it's an honor to be a part of your life for this special time. If you have appeared for the purpose of marriage, would you both signify that you intend to marry by joining your right hands? Neal, do you take the lady by whose side that you now stand and whose hand that you now hold to be your lawful and to be your wedded wife?
I do.
And will you promise to love her, to honor and to cherish her for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Leigh, do you take the gentleman by whose side that you now stand and whose hand that you now hold to be your lawful and to be your wedded husband?
I do.
And will you promise to love him, to honor him and cherish him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Now will the two of you both promise together today, in the presence of God and before these others who are joining with us, that as you share your lives with one another, that each of you would promise to treat the other appropriately, as a husband and wife should treat each other.
I do.
And again, once more, would you also both further promise that you would love, honor, that you would cherish, and adhere to each other until that you are parted by death?
I do.
I do.
Now those are rich, rich promises. In fact, out of all the earthly relationships that you'll ever have during your entire lifetime, there's not one other relationship that even comes close to the richness and the specialness of marriage. God made marriage special and unique and very beautiful. And what that really says to me is that you are blessed today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. In fact, you're very, very blessed. Neal, would you now place the ring on your bride's finger? Leigh, would you do the same for your groom?
Ethan, kiss me.
Give me a kiss.
Now, did you remember to put some glue on the inside of those rings? I hope when I say the word glue that you really understand what I'm saying to you is I want this to last. It's tragic how many marriages in this day and age that do not make it. I can't even imagine the pain that people go through, broken hearts when marriages fail and break up. And I want the very, very best for the two of you. I want you to have a marriage that I hope would be strong and healthy, warm and rich and very beautiful. And whatever adjectives you'd like to add to that list too, of things that you think would be important to building a successful marriage. But did either of you notice that your marriage license didn't come with instructions? Isn't that strange? There's more help found on the side of a jar of coffee telling you how to prepare the coffee than what comes with a marriage license. Cell phones and cameras, iPods, hundreds of things. They give you literally whole books to help you. But it seems strange to me that for one of the most important things you ever do during your entire lifetime, you really are left to figure it out by yourself. And I don't think that makes a lot of sense, that they wouldn't at least include maybe just a card with a couple do's and don'ts to help you. So it's apparent that when people marry, they don't automatically do the right things. Because if they did, there would never ever be a breakup. Every marriage would succeed if people did the right things. So I think one of the challenges is to figure out what the right things to do would be. And I think once you figure that out, it makes it a lot easier to build a successful marriage. I've got a couple ideas that I hope would help you do that. These ideas come from the Bible. Tell me if you've heard them before. Jesus said, treat others as you would want to be treated. You're both nodding. You have heard that before. I'm very aware of the fact that that was not a teaching on marriage, but I believe it's exactly the right thing to do in marriage. Neal, if you would allow that principle to guide you, that just like clockwork, day after day, faithfully and consistently you'd live that out, always treating your bride as you'd want to be treated, I believe you'd begin to build a really successful marriage just by doing that one, I'll say simple thing. I won't say it's always easy, but I'll say it's pretty simple and easy to understand. And then secondly, I want to encourage you also to give the best from your heart each day to the lady you love and care about. Treat her kindly, be courteous and thoughtful, and use lots of kind and loving words as you speak to her, so that every day she will truly know that you love her through the special things that you say and do. For when you do that, I believe your loving touch really blesses her, makes her life richer and more beautiful too. Of course, this will work just as effectively the other way too. I hope and pray you'd also do that.